Now let's focus on Jurgen Klopp again. Manchester United and Chelsea have denied making any contact with Klopp's agent after he claimed both clubs made an inquiry for the former Liverpool manager. Right, OK, so Rob Earnshaw is still here, but James Savundra is here too. Right, James, what has Klopp's agent actually said? What is the state of play with his current career, and what have Manchester United and Chelsea said?
We know Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool in the summer of 2024 after nearly 9 years at the club, and Marc Kosicke, his agent, has claimed that both Manchester United and Chelsea made approaches to have Jurgen Klopp as their head coach after his departure from Liverpool. We know that Manchester United in the past wanted to sign Jurgen Klopp, held conversations with him. He's been open about that. But both Manchester United and Chelsea have denied the fact they've made an approach to sign Jurgen Klopp since he departed Liverpool. Now, we know he's into his second year working as the global head of soccer at Red Bull, a role where he oversees the different Red Bull clubs, including RB Leipzig. And he said in an interview last year, and it comes to what he may do in the future, because we know he left Liverpool because he said he was running out of energy. He said he didn't see himself managing another club again, but he said it's possible he could return to manage Liverpool one day, but he said he'd never manage another English team. So Klopp's agent's been busy doing some talking. He also spoke about Bayern Munich attempting to bring in Jurgen Klopp a couple of different times during his time at Liverpool. But Jurgen Klopp, for now, seems happy in his role as the global head of soccer at Red Bull.
Well, we're going to come back to that story in a moment. We've got some breaking news. Dame Serena Wiegman has named her England squad as the Lionesses start their World Cup qualifying campaign next month. Let's go live to Anton Tolui at St George's Park. What are the headlines, Anton?
It's good news, bad news for England. The good news, Leah Williamson and Lauren James are both fit enough to return to the England squad for the first time after the Euros, both to be on their way back from long-term injuries. They also include Lucy Bronze and Aggie Beever-Jones, who are also coming back from their own injury problems, but they will be without Beth Mead, Ella Toone and Missy Bokens are all ruled out for injury, as is Niamh Charles as well. There's a first call-up for Poppy Pattinson, the London City Lionesses defender, hoping to become an England Lioness. And also, there's a little bit of interesting call-ups as well, because England call-up... excuse me, sorry. Completely lost... I don't know what happened there, excuse me. So basically we're going to hear from Serena Wiegman at about 11:15, and I'm going to go and get a glass of water. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we weren't laughing at all, Anton. We hope you're okay. More on that to come, as Anton was saying. All right, let's just get back to what we were talking about there, about Jurgen Klopp. James said what was going on there, but Rob, just we were talking about that in the last hour. It does seem quite difficult to even envisage Klopp anywhere else in the Premier League other than Liverpool, doesn't it? You can't see him in like a Liverpool, a Chelsea tracksuit or an Arsenal tracksuit or a Newcastle tracksuit, can you? It's got to be Liverpool.
Yeah, I can't see him anywhere else apart from Liverpool. And I think the good thing for Jurgen Klopp, where he arrives now in his career, because sometimes it's the career of the manager, different stages, and sometimes you have to take a job because you're in that period where you want to prove yourself. He doesn't have to prove himself now. The only proving himself is where he selects and then reaching his high standards. So those high standards, I can't see it anywhere else apart from Liverpool.
Is it unrealistic, James, to think of him somewhere else?
I think so, in terms of England, definitely. I think when he commits to a club, he commits for a long period of time. We saw him do nearly 9 years at Liverpool. He did 7 years at Borussia Dortmund and at the Mainz as well. And I think he's made it very clear that I don't think club management is what he's looking at right now. I think he's happy with his role he has. But he has made it very clear that he'd never manage another English club. So for him, in the space of just 18 months, 2 years, then go back on that and manage one of Liverpool's biggest rivals, I don't think he'd do it. He doesn't need the money. I don't think there'd be any challenge inside the Premier League aside from managing Liverpool that'd be worth completely discrediting his legacy at Liverpool if he was to manage another club. Yes, what he did at Liverpool was incredible, but even to go back on his word and manage against Liverpool in the Premier League, I can't really see it happening, to be honest.
Well, message there on the bottom of the screen from Richard saying Klopp needs to come back to Liverpool. He can help keep Salah. Is keeping Salah still a priority, Rob?
For me, yeah, because...
But you're not going to hire a manager just to keep him happy, are you?
No, you're not going to hire a manager just to keep Salah or keep Salah happy, but you do bring the best out of Salah and Szoboszlai and Van Dijk, all those guys, because you know he's done it before and he continues to do it. So it's very hard to bring Jurgen Klopp back right now, I think. And I don't think he really wants to come back right this second also. At the end of the season, maybe, and that's a different conversation because now around the 2-year mark that he's left.
We can have that conversation. What if things don't go well for Slot and he doesn't get into the Champions League? Does this add pressure on Slot?
Of course, yeah. And Arne Slot he's a clever guy and he's an intelligent guy. He'll understand the standards that is needed to continue at Liverpool. And if you get results and you're successful in terms of your results and you're competing for Europe, you're getting Champions League and you're at least close to the champions, then that's the standard. But otherwise, of course, when you don't reach those standards at Liverpool, there's going to be those conversations of you didn't hit your targets. And maybe that's the point where the conversations of Jurgen Klopp start to be formed. But I don't think it's at that stage right now.
Picking up on something you said, James, there about Klopp's current role. Last week, when it was announced that Thomas Tuchel was extending his England contract, we were saying how the England job, it's not a day-to-day job, it's still well paid. And yes, there's huge pressure on it, I know that, but it's not quite as engulfing as like a Premier League job or Real Madrid job, Barcelona job, etc. Do you think Klopp might be thinking there, I've had a great managerial career, I'm still involved in football, I don't know what he gets paid, but it's probably okay. Thinks, do I really need that stress of going back? I'm talking full stop, by the way, to any club here.
Yeah, I think club management isn't for him right now because it was really revealing, the interviews he gave after leaving Liverpool. And I don't think he misses the coaching at all. The only role I could see him leaving his current one for would be an international role. And you never know how things might shake up in the summer after the World Cup with a number of different countries. I mean, a lot of people in Germany feel that one day Jurgen Klopp will manage the national side. Julian Nagelsmann has a contract until the end of Euro 2028. But as you know, what happens with World Cups, if Germany were to go out on the group stage, then there'd be big pressure for Germany to get a new head coach. And Jurgen Klopp would perhaps be the first name on the list that people would want as the manager. And there is reports that in his contract that he has at Red Bull, there is a break clause if Germany were to come in and wanted to approach him. And you'd think the rigours of the day-to-day club management, everything, it's an all-encompassing role. Also, he hates doing the media interviews. He said he didn't like doing 10 or 12 interviews a week. So I don't think he'd be, after 2 years, willing to step back into that because he knows how all-encompassing, how energy-sapping that is. So I think if any role was to come up, it may be an international one. But I think he's enjoying life right now. Worth noting, he's only 58. We've seen Martin O'Neill go out to Celtic, who's 73. There's still plenty of time for things to change. And one thing Klopp did say when he was appointed at the start of last year, he says, I don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing in 5 years. Things could change. He may feel like he's got the energy to go back into a club position or an international position one day. But I don't think anything seems like it's going to happen anytime soon. But I would say, if Liverpool were to replace Arne Slot in the summer, then you'd think that they would at least pick up the phone to Jurgen Klopp and see what he thinks about a return. You'd think surely they would do.